What's happening in Deer Park? Thanks for joining in. I am Melanie Beran with Wyatt Properties, myhomeinhouston.com, proud lifetime Deer Park resident, and today we're just going to talk about what is going on in Deer Park. This is your June 2021 Deer Park update. With this being the June update, I would be just completely negligent basically to remind you, if I did not remind you actually, that it is hurricane season. Hurricane season lasts on the Gulf from June 1st to November 30th. So we've got 6 long months of fun. And I say that not flippantly. I have lived here through Tropical Storm Allison, through Ike, through Harvey. So I don't say that flippantly. But it is hurricane season. It is a time to keep our eyes on the Gulf and make sure we have a few things in place. One thing that our family does is we make sure pretty much every time we buy groceries, we go ahead and grab either a case or a jug of water. We know that water is life and that this is going to help us be able to make it through a long period of not having water. But we also know that if we go ahead and buy one every time we go to the store, which is $1 or $2, that we'll also have plenty to share with our neighbors or someone else who may need it. Because, you know, one of the things that we learned time after time being here in Houston during an emergency is that Houston helps Houston. We want to make sure that we're prepared to help our neighbors. So every time you go to the store, if you spend $5 or less, you can add a few things to your hurricane supply cabinet or shelf or whatever it is. Ours, it's the top shelf in the pantry. And be able to prepare to help you, but also help those around you. Adding things like a pack of batteries, water, obviously previously mentioned, granola bars, things like that. We also have a pack of hot dogs in the freezer, so if all the power goes out, we've got the grill, we're ready to go. If you have a grill and you don't have charcoal to use on it, go ahead and grab a bag of that the next time you're at the grocery store. Also, something that is really helpful, we are outdoor people, we're campers, and so in some ways that prepares us a little bit for a disaster. You might want to consider going to Academy or going on Amazon and ordering a solar USB charger. This will help you keep your cell phones charged, anything else that you have that you might need to communicate with others, or provide a little bit of comfort in your home that is charged by a USB. There are different devices that will allow you to plug in different amounts of cords. So a solar USB charger is kind of a new thing that wouldn't have been on the list maybe 20 years ago, but it's really helpful now. That is your reminder. It is hurricane season. If you add a few things to your list here or there, then whenever there is a storm in the Gulf and everybody is rushing to buy at the grocery store, you are prepared and you are ready to go. Don't forget that in this area, it's also typically recommended to go ahead and have flood insurance, whether or not you are in a flood zone. I have referrals for that, but all of the flood insurance in the state of Texas comes through the same place. So no matter who your insurance broker is, you can go ahead and get that flood insurance so that in the event that we have another storm like Harvey where you had areas flooding that had never flooded before, you're ready and you're prepared to weather that storm and weather the repairs that come after. Alright, so now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about some of the fun things that are coming up. In the past couple of months, we have had some different community elections and things like that, and one of the big things that passed recently was that the residents of Deer Park who voted, because remember, your vote does matter. The residents of Deer Park voted to authorize a new sales tax for a community center. The community center is right there in Dow Park, the current one, and when they did all of the assessments, it basically became evident that it was going to be more cost effective to build a new one than to repair the existing structure. So that will be coming along in the next couple of years, that project. You know, a lot of new things will be able to be added into a new structure that would not have been able to be added to that older structure. But that will be coming here in the next couple of years. But that's more, you know, in the future. What's happening right now, basically, the city is open again, and that's a really exciting thing. Parks and Rec is, I mean, you hate to say I have like a favorite, but I'm the nerd that has a favorite government department. Parks and Rec is one of my favorite departments because they offer so much to our city. Our kids have taken part in some of their programs. I grew up here. I took part in some of the parks and recreation programs growing up. But they have got theater back this summer, presenting Little Shop of Horrors, which is a Broadway classic, dinner and a show, all throughout the month of July. Adult basketball is back. That's another one of the big programs that they have there. What you really need to do is you need to go to the Parks of Recreation Facebook page and see what they have going on there. They keep announcements updated, as well as go to their website and you can click and download the brochure that tells you all of the things that they have going on this summer and beyond. So many things for families, for adults, for senior citizens, lots of things going on here in the city of Deer Park. One of the things that's going on all summer long is concerts in the park. Parks and Rec has organized concerts in the park for the entire summer, every Thursday night from 7 to 8:30. Every week is going to be a new genre. Our kids typically, they're little, they go to bed early, but there's a couple of them that I think our kids would like, so we may go out there some as a family. 7 to 8:30 p.m. Thursday nights, all summer long, concerts in the park. If you're new to Deer Park, the park typically means Dow Park, so that's going to be available for you. And then last but not least, this is your June update. At the very beginning of July, we know we have July 4th. Go big or go home, right? So July 4th, the 4th Fest is back. It'll be from 7 to 9:15 at the Jimmy Burke Activity Center, obviously rounding out the night with fireworks. There will be a band, there will be games, vendors, all kinds of things going on for a huge celebration after last year's much more muted celebration. It's a really great time to celebrate our fabulous country together as a community. I hope that you guys will be there. July 4th, 4th Fest, put on by Parks and Rec, Jimmy Burke Activity Center. You can view the fireworks from the Jimmy Burke Activity Center. You can view them from the golf course area. All kinds of options to celebrate, do it big, go big or go home. That's what's going on in Deer Park. If you have any questions about living here, make sure that you go ahead and leave a comment. I will get back to you as soon as I can. And I hope something really great happens to you today.